Farm2Table Direct Show, and I am here live in Nevada, Oklahoma, and we are about to look at cheese making for beginners, which is speakers are Jackie and Marie Payton, and this is at the New Beginnings Homestead Expo. I'm going to get out of the way and let you just take a look at what they're talking about.
We are hopeful that this time that the microwave works really good, and it should. We did a test batch last time in process, and we ran out of time yesterday because we were with our grandkids. That is wrong. And you can use different types of thermometers. This is a candy thermometer. You're going to have to go up to 200. Yeah, we're going to go up to 90. But that's okay. We can do this. It's not there yet. You just pour that in there, and we're going to let it get up between 90 and 100, and it will start to curdle. If you have never seen curdle, it's just come white and together. When it gets to 95, we're going to remove the pot from the heat, add the rennet slowly, mix that a little bit, and we're going to set it for 30 seconds. Cover it, let sit for 5 minutes, and it should be separated, and it'll look like a blob on a liquid. It's kind of cool at that point, kind of separates. And then we'll cut the curds into little squares, heat it back up to 105, slowly stir it before it falls exactly through here. So like I said, this was adapted from several different ones that we had tried. So.
And then we also, I went ahead, we just had this written down at home, so I typed it up this morning and made copies for you. This is the most simple way ever to make ricotta. So back when we were making this with goat dairy, our kids that could not have cow dairy, we couldn't just go to the store and buy cheese and everything, they hadn't had lasagna. So he made the mozzarella from the goat dairy and then turned around and made the ricotta from the goat dairy. And I made a huge lasagna, and they felt like they were in heaven. So they were like, "Ooh, this is like the best ever, Mom." And I loved it. So they were like, "Dad, when are you gonna make cheese again? When are you gonna make cheese again?" He made mozzarella, ricotta, all with our goat milk. He also made Cayeta. I knew I was gonna pronounce it wrong. Caramel sauce.
I was teaching in Tulsa. A lot of my students were from Mexico. Brought it in and they loved it. They were like, "This is like," they thought it was funny because I like it with apples. They just literally pour it in their hands and just eat. It's great. This is great. Also, on this, one thing you do if you want, just like regular mozzarella sauce, you can add to this when you're in it. Add oregano, garlic, flavor if you want to do that. But it just takes a little while to sit here once this thing's heat up. We'll see how it goes. We are at 54 degrees. It's got to get up there. So I don't know. Hopefully it won't take too long. You guys have any questions?
You guys are welcome to come be a watch pod if you'd like.
We'll keep an eye on while it's going.
Do what?
Yeah, those are my roosters.
Oh.
Are those your roosters out there?
All right. Are you selling any of your chickens?
No, but I am going to give people information if they want to have chicks in the spring.
Okay.
And I brought breeds that I raise.
I'm looking at him like, yeah, he's gonna get that. He always needs some chicken.
I need more chickens. We lost a bunch of them earlier this year
We did.
to some predators.
Ouch.
Yes.
So that happened. But yeah, the biggest thing on this, like I said, we're waiting, just waiting, watching.
So do you guys make hard cheese as well?
I have looked at it. The thing about the hard cheeses for me, the one that I look at, it takes weeks.
My mom makes a farm cheese, and it takes a few days.
That would be good. I know that the place that I went to that did the workshop that we learned about, they had cream. They did both cow and goats, and they had a manchego cheese, I think, and it was phenomenal.
She made regular cheese and there's some cayenne pepper in it for me. And
Oh, wow.
it's fantastic.
That'd be good. I looked at doing it, it was a whole set this up, do the press, let it sit, go back, and you had to do it in such quantity that the time it took and what you got from it.
She did a 2 pound press.
Okay.
She used to make a lot. My dad would smoke it, and then
Oh,
That shit was fun too.
they would put it. They had a wine cooler that they would use for specifically for cheese, and she would go in there and put it in there, and she was supposed to be for sale. And my dad would just
Eat it, consume all of it.
Yeah, and that is one thing about this, if you have your own milk,
Yeah.
this is really affordable to do, it's a good thing to do. And for me, one of the, besides them having it, is we ended up with so much milk. It did not take very long. We would typically, from one goat, get about a quart a day, because we only did it once a day. And it was easier to store. So being able to put this 1 gallon of milk that we have here will make 1 pound of cheese.
Now she had tons of goats before. I mean, 75. She was milking quite a bit.
Oh, wow.
She showed goats.
Yeah, she had a contract with the deer farm down here years ago, and she would sell 250 gallons at a time in the sky.
Wow. Well, that's good. I looked into doing some of that, and there are so many regulations with dairy that it is really difficult with USDA to try and sell people dairies.
Yeah, they had to come to the farm. That wasn't to the farm. She didn't tag anything.
Take it elsewhere.
Yeah. She didn't have time.
Right. If you're milking that many, who would have any time? Wow, that's a lot.
We're at 62. It's starting to curdle if you want to go look. So I have not used this stove, so I'm hoping you see how much to set up. The citric acid just separates a little bit. And the rennet will make it kind of different, isn't it? Now, one thing I will say is because this is like such a short time frame to do this, very important that you pay close attention to your times. It will change things, whether it's the stretchiness of the cheese. Sometimes if you like it really stretchy, I like it when it's fresh because it's stretchier. I'm not a big fan of, do you like the mozzarella cheese sticks? I'm not crazy for those, they're okay. I like it melted.
Another thing with a lot of the hard cheeses, when I was having so many food issues, I can't do the hard cheeses because they will have some form of mold in them. Whether it's healthy kind or not healthy kind.
Make sure one.
I would have a bad reaction.
We are temperature-wise, we are there.
All right.
And so we're gonna take, this is a rennet it's a 1/4 cup of water with a 1/4 teaspoon of rennet. So just pour it in here and stir it. Well, that stove is very, very hot. For an electric stove, that thing is pretty warm. Set stir for 30 seconds, right? And then I'm gonna cover it and we're gonna set a timer for 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's really starting to come apart there. It's really cool.
Now come look at it. You'll really see the.
Now it's really separated a little bit. It's like a little bit of, almost like chicken noodle soup.
It looks chunky.
So we're gonna cover this
Hold
stuff
on, you
up.
have one more coming.
Up.
Or 2 more.
Sit down and
Okay.
we'll just cover that
Timer
up
has started.
at 11:31.
Oh.
You gotta stay one ahead. It's like that. Like, have you ever made candy? You guys ever make Christmas? It's kind of like that, it's like temperature wise and being right there, that is one thing about it. It can go from being a really nice, soft, good, stretchy cheese to really hard. And then
Too. It's not any good.
so liquid fried mint, it'll separate the like a white blob and liquid. That's the very, it really does. So it'll be really soft. And then after, what's going to happen here, it's going to set up. Here in 5 minutes, when we pull that off, it'll look like milk again. It should just be white, and then we'll cut it into square, like have just like a crisscross pattern, and then we'll take those and we'll heat it back up to 105 and slowly stir it. And then after we stir it, we'll put them in the colander. And we'll just press out the water. After we press out the water, we'll put it in the microwave kind of activated. So if you don't have a microwave, though, you can. I don't have it on there. There's a way to do like a salt bath. You can just heat water up and put it in there and do it like that too. So we had somebody last time we did this. They are off-grid people.
Yeah, our friends
What do we do
Terry
if we
and
don't have a
Tracy.
microwave? I'm like, buy one.
Yeah. But our
That's
friends
all
Terry and Tracy, they're actually doing they're doing a workshop today. They are off grid. So their solar, they don't want to pull that much energy from their solar. So they just chose not to have a microwave. And she goes, no, how am I going to do that, Jack? And so he goes, well, you can do a salt bath.
You can. It can be done. I don't do it because we don't
Yes.
Where do you get the wood?
The rennet, I ordered this off Amazon. I've been looking around. This is New England cheese making supply. And this lasts a long, long time. I mean, you can see it's just a quarter teaspoon at a time, so it lasts longer. You can use junket rennet, if you've ever seen that in the baking aisle. They've got tablets. I've never ever used them, but I know people that have. I like the liquid. I'm funny like that. I like when it comes to even like Advil, I would prefer a gel to a tablet. Just, I think you absorb it better. So it mixes really well with water. It's easy to do. So I think that's probably what I did.
Yeah. Oh, that's our candy thermometer too. We'll have to get it anyway.
But yeah, when they were doing theirs off grid, and they're off grid because where they move is down by the Lake of California, and their property's kind of out, and so it makes sense for them. It's not like, oh, we just wanted to be off grid, and when it's off grid, means they just didn't have electricity and gas
Or
in
water.
their house or water. I don't know how they did. I think
They do water catchment and
Okay,
then
they did
buy
water catchment, that's right. But
like
they're-
the big.
but they did it because for us, the cost, like we just bought a new property and to put in electric at our place, it cost us the box. They bring it in. But for them, it was gonna be, the price was gonna be the same. for their electric bill.
$30,000. I mean, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
to
a
bring
lot.
electric, it was gonna be about the same as getting their solar. So for them, it made sense. You know? And I would love to have that. I would love to have like this, but
Well, so we're there.
I'm long-term with it, I'm kind of not sure yet. Not that it won't last, but as technologies are always changing, that the investment for it, it would take the break even on what it would cost for, I'm paying for electricity, buying the system. I'm not gonna really see anything for like 25 or 30 years. Wouldn't see any savings. I would be making payments on equipment instead of on electricity. And so for me, that paying for that equipment, that in 10 years, what's that equipment gonna be like? Versus just paying for something. It's kind of like buying, like with us,
Got
we,
about 1 minute left.
I don't have a tractor on our place, so we rent them. Because for me, I only use them maybe a few times a year. You got a minute left, you said? A peek at it?
Timer will go off.
It's not there yet.
It's not there yet. Okay.
Oh, yeah, go back up. That. It's also quiet.
I know they are. This is a quiet
Should be like
place.
my class at school.
So where are you guys from?
Down the street.
You're in Nowata. You guys are Nowata, right? Where are you from?
Porter.
Porter. Oh wow. And you?
Pascal?
Haskell? Okay. And where are you from?
Other ground model.
Wow. Okay. Oh, and there's
And what am I doing now? I'm gonna cut the curds into 1 to 2 inch pieces and see if it made curds. I don't know that it really set them up. Maybe on the bottom. And it does not look like it's set up.
Uh-oh. I did not bring our lid for our pan.
So we're hoping I didn't miss anything. It does kind of look like a white bulb. It hasn't set up as much as it should. I'm gonna let it set for just a few more minutes. Let's see what it does a couple of minutes. Temperature's dropped to 80, so we'll give it just another minute or two to see if it does.
Okay. Because then
This
you
happens.
heat it back up to
Normal,
105.
sometimes things happen. New stove, the temperature, maybe you can build, might have heated up faster or slower, sometimes things happen.
Do any of you make your own mayonnaise? Okay, we do too, or I do. He's like, I don't know, I'm just not sure about it. But I have made it, I'm probably
It's okay.
50 times maybe, and all of a sudden one day I made it, and it didn't set up.
Yeah, I had that too.
And still to this day, I have no idea why.
It was olive oil.
I usually use avocado oil.
Okay, I use olive oil and mine. It was I think it wasn't real olive oil. When I purchased it, we have two different kinds, and anyway, I think it was not real. I went out
Okay,
and bought some real stuff.
and then it worked.
Yeah.
Well, I was using the same organic, for real avocado oil that I'd always used, and then this one time, I was like, okay, I wonder if, I was trying to remember because your egg is supposed to be at room temperature, and I was trying to remember if maybe I had put that one, had it in the fridge or something, and then just didn't let it get to room temperature. So I don't know, but it didn't. Never figured out why.
I used the whole egg,
Mhm.
a couple turns of the salt.
And lemon juice.
No.
You don't use lemon juice? Oh yeah, I put lemon juice in mine.
It turned out it's nice and white. Now, one time it turned out green. I think it was the same time that it didn't set out right, and it was from the olive oil. It was like it had a green hue to it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Okay.
it's not quite there. It's doing something different. I don't know why. But we're gonna try and go ahead with it. We're just gonna keep going and see if it'll
You
work
heat it
itself
back up to
out.
105.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should have separated, and it could be, I don't know that it would matter, mixing the rennet and the citric acid. I had it out on the table for a few minutes. Normally I use filtered water, and there wasn't filtered water here, so I don't know if that could make a little difference or me or not. It might have
I
gotten a
think we
little
used
bit
to
too
still
hot.
last time.
We're gonna see what happens here.
Okay, folks, there you have it. Cheese making for beginners here at the Nowata New Beginnings Homestead Expo. And we're going to go over and see if we can't get a little bit more information about some of the things that are happening here. And just these are just some of the things that you can get at a homesteading expo. We just want to give you a little bit of an illustration of, well, if you're not here, what you're missing out on. And if you were here, some of the things you would be getting. Anyway, we'll see you in a minute.
We might have just made a big pot of ricotta, because what ricotta is, it's leftover